Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year. It's Rob back with BGG. We're doing our first BGG chats for the year and want to make sure that everybody understands where the platform is going. This year is going to be a very exciting year. I think we learned a lot last year. And then right off, I want to start before we get into our main dish here, Mr. Johnnie Corina. We're going to just want to let you know, wind down. We'll be back next week. We took a COVID break. A lot of people were sick. Even our producer was sick, and everybody's back. So we want to make sure that let this thing die down a little bit. We want to make sure we're having a good focused audience. You're going to see some marketing probably for the starting tomorrow for the topics and the things that are going to be going on in the wind down. Now we will get back to some of the mastermind groups. You'll see a lot of chats. You're going to see a lot of opportunity. So make sure that you tune in, keep your notifications on. There's a lot of good information. And remember, you can always catch the replay of this by going into hit our site and then going into our YouTube site. There's a link inside the group. All these chats, go over there. You want to see them again. Even for the people who are interviewed, they can always go there and point their friends and family or anybody else wants to see some of their work or their discussion. That's where to go. So good evening. Welcome, Mr. Johnnie Corina from Corina Mac. My brother from another mother. It's been a minute. And, we've always have broken bread for years. And, man, how are you feeling in 2022?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, man. New year, new trends. You gotta keep the same grind, make sure you stay on top of it. So just been trying to make sure I can adapt and meet the needs of today's day to day. As you know, we're going through a lot of transition, people coming in and out of being healthy and running certain business and operations and shutdowns. And so just really trying to navigate my way through that and make sure I keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's good. You said that shutdown. I think I went out by one of the malls yesterday, Victoria. Man, it wasn't nobody. It was a ghost town. Like a lot of these businesses just say, hey, they're just cutting back the hours till we get through Mr. Omicron is whooping tail. So
Yeah.
I think it's starting to flatten out a little bit. Maybe hopefully by next week before Super Bowl and everything else would be a little bit more, aggressive. Because I think, this affects how, as business people, this affects how we, our money, man, it affects our bag. But we got to be smart too. We got to be compassionate, make sure that, we're safe and then also our people are safe.
Yeah.
I respect that hustle, man. So let's talk about some of the big things, man. For those, a lot of people, you got to understand Johnnie Corina and Corina Mac. This cat is on fire. He's a jack of all trades. If you need a Cadillac in the middle of the desert at midnight, call Johnnie. He'll have it there 10 minutes early. Okay, fully shined, ready to go with bottles of water in there, and for everybody. I mean, he can get it done. So if you need something, feel free to call Johnnie. So Johnnie, tell people about Corina Mac and some of the things. Tell me about what you were doing before, because I remember you had the sports show and everything, and then you're doing with restaurants and promotions and marketing there. And then we're going to get to the big pivot, because that's this stage you got coming up is real important. So why don't we go with the throwback first?
Yeah, no, well, originally it started off, I used to work a lot of events, man, and just doing it and overseeing them and understanding how it worked. Because previously, before that, me and my brother, we got our car dealer's license, right? So we would go to Mannheim and get cars or just talk to people, but it's a lot of overhead to even jumpstart that, So after we finished doing that, I was thinking to myself, I need to find a way to create some revenue without having to start off with all that overhead. You're gonna have overhead, right? But
right.
Without start off with all that overhead, and then doing events and marketing, really you just gotta take care of the software that you're paying for to do your marketing, as well as events. A lot of the times you can take care of that on the back end, as because you get a lot on the front end. They have to pay for the services before it even happens. So a lot of the times I would do that, contract that. And how I started out after I first got my business, right? This was about 5 years, coming up on 5 years. This was in 18. This was in 18. So in 2018, I started Corina Mac Events and Marketing. We mainly were doing a lot of casino events. I still do a lot of casino events.
Okay.
But then I started getting more familiar with the marketing as it entails with sales, because events and marketing, they kind of go hand in hand, right? So if you're throwing events, you got to market it right so people will come. So a lot of the times I got a little savvy. First time I started getting a little savvy with it was with Leading Edge.
Okay.
I started learning how to do stuff online. A young man by the name of Sergio was showing me a lot of things on how to reach new audiences, how to make sure your engagements are up, how to create shareable content. That's one of the biggest things when it comes to marketing, because if nobody wants to share your info, it's still word of mouth. Marketing, always the best thing will be word of mouth. So if you don't have content that people want to share or people want to talk about, that's not going to work. So just getting more interested in that. And it came natural because kind of like you said, I was laughing thinking about it. He said, if you need a Cadillac in the middle of the desert, I start laughing because I'm like, I like to put people together. You know what I mean? I like to be in the community. I like to put people in places that fit. So when it comes to marketing, that's pretty much what you're doing on a different scale, you know. And as you alluded to, I still deal with a lot of the restaurants that I deal with. I still deal with some of the nonprofits that I dealt with. Actually looking, you know, if anybody knows anybody who's interested in getting more, how do you say, getting more knowledge and understanding how to navigate through the social media or the digital networking world. I would love to take somebody who's trying to learn on and maybe give them some projects and some things to do, because right now it's getting kind of busy. It's getting kind of overwhelming. I try to push it on my little, she just turned to a teenager, but she don't want to have nothing to do with it. So it's not right now. So I just, right now that's really where we're at.
Okay, well, I got good news for you. I just put in a rec for I need interns. You need interns. I know about 2 other organizations. So I just put it in rec today. The lady be back next week. If this turns out to something, I think we're all going to get some good people, hopefully.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. And it's something they can learn remotely too. You know what I mean? Especially in this time and age, that's something that you can do very remotely, and it doesn't. There's not too much drop off. You know.
I love what you said about shareable content. I mean, that's big, right? Because a lot of times people get on and they post in about this and that and the other, and some of the stuff don't make any sense. And some of that stuff isn't shareable, right? Because it's like this is just nonsense. And for what I always tell people when they're building a campaign, you can't just hammer away at sales. You got to also have a social conscience as well. So you have to mix some of that fruit and nuts in there so people can, okay, it's a healthy diet. I see the heart of this person. So yeah, I want to follow them because their heart is good and they're not just, beat me up with sales all the time. They have a community consciousness. So yeah, man, I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing the way you are. So man, let's get to the Frenchies. Come on, man. That came out. I'm like, what the hell? That just took me back and said, boy, I said, man, Johnny to turn into dog pimp. He's got, man, he got, man, but that's a first class show you're putting on. Tell us about Frenchies Only. What is it called? The official name, is it?
The official name is the Only Frenchies Dog Showcase.
Yeah. That's first class, man. I've looked at your marketing on that. And that's why I said, man, I got to get you on here, man. You got a lot to say. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, I just got my first Frenchies probably about 8 months ago or so. right?
Okay.
I got my little boy Lucky. Well, before that, this was probably about 5 years ago or so, or like right when I around like 17, 18 or so, something like that. My buddy, he was interested in Frenchies. He was interested in getting some Frenchies. He wanted to start. He used to breed pet bulls, and he just wanted to start with Frenchies. So I hooked him up with one of my buddies who back then was still trying to get me to get Frenchies. I hooked him up with him because we used to play together on a fantasy football league and stuff. So I hooked them up. And then ever since I hooked them up, he's always been asking me, he's like, man, you should get some Frenchies. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Right now, that's not really, I said, but when I'm ready, I'll holler at you. I'll get with you. I'll let you know I'm ready. And he kept asking me about that. But then he knows that I'm doing events. That was right when I started the company pretty much. And I was doing it. Exactly. So he was like, man, he's going to dog shows. He's getting awards. And you know what I mean? He has nice dogs, nice pedigree. So he's telling me, man, you need to go to a dog show. And I'm like, I don't need to go to a dog show. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, I probably should, but I'm not, not right now. Like, it sounds cool. It sounds fun. I like nothing against it. But right now, that's not really, where I'm trying to spend my extra time. But he, right. We still talk, me and him, we talk about sports. I know him since we was younger. We used to play ball together. So we always talk and chop it up or whatever. And he was like always pressing me about that. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. And then about a year ago, he was telling me, I got an idea. Like, I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. He's like, let's do a show, man. Like, just only with just French dogs. Invite it. That's it. Maybe just invite, bring some people. Like, he was just kind of, I was like, I mean, it's cool. It sounds cool, but I wasn't part of that community. I wasn't in that environment. I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then once I got one, then I start going to shows and I seen what he was talking about. I was like, the shows are nice, the dogs are nice, but when I go get a booth, all I get is a booth. Being though there's dogs, the DJ, and the MC, they try, pick up after your dogs, do what you're supposed to, yada, yada, but a lot of the times, you got to make sure you don't step in something. You got to tell people, it's not as, cool as I would want it to be. And, it's fun, but I was like, man, I see the potential to make this something that not just breeders would want to come to. Like when I'm going there, I'm like, oh, all you got to do is put a little bit here and a little bit there, do some of this, do some of that, add some of this. And so I was talking to him. I actually brought it up. This was probably about a few months after I got my first one. A few months, probably like right before I got my second. So he said, I told him, I said, man, we should do that show. And he was like, you ready? You finally want to do the show? Like his name is Brock Fan Bulldogs. He's been breeding. He's a good dude. He said, so you want to do the show now? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's do the show. I said, but this is the thing. I was like, it needs to be indoor. It needs to be catered. Like we need to get some luxury furniture. If you're talking about doing a show that's only Frenchies, I'm going to these shows that have all these other dogs. We gotta change. It has to be something creative and different that's gonna make not just your breeder, but everybody appeal to. So we got to have a kids area, we got jumpers, kid life-size game for kids. We got a live saxophonist come into play. Okay. We have a DJ, we have a cartoon artist coming to draw, not just the Frenchies, but the people. He's talking about the cartoon artist I talked to. He does animation. He's in, I can't think of the gentleman's name, but he does animation. We gave him a shout out on our Instagram. And actually, if anybody has Instagram, let me throw this promo in there, just real pause. Go to Instagram, Corina Mac Events and Marketing, and only Frenchies _ dog showcase. Go follow those two pages. You'll go see all of, our vendors. You'll go see all of the breeders, the performers, whatever we have going there, you'll be able to see it there. And so back to making this show something that was not your run-of-the-mill dog show, right? It's kind of like a carnival dog show. Like I said, the cartoon artist, photo booth, face painting. We're gonna do giveaways for the kids. We got some razors, straight skateboards, bicycles. We're trying to make it a whole community type event,
Yes.
as well as have fun and celebrate the dogs, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing. So tell everybody the date again, the date, and then what the general mission is.
Okay, the date is January 29th.
Okay.
So we're about this Saturday will be 2 weeks away. It's January 29th.
Okay.
From 11 until 7:30. And it's at the Ontario Convention Center. Admission for one dog is, well, one Frenchie, because there's only Frenchies coming in there, right? So it's $10 and $25 for anyone over the age of 12.
Okay. But like you said, this is an event where there's going to be, like you said, face painting. The kids can not only see the dogs and interact with it, with the owners and everything, and then they can go into jumpers, and you got some music and some food, and you got professional folks cleaning up and keeping everything
Yes.
nice and sterile. That's why
We got a
when you
sanitation crew coming in. We have catered meals. We're also gonna have a concession stand there. We have, and not just, like I said, not just dog accessory vendors, but we have some people there that are going to be selling like shea butter and hair products. We have some nonprofits that are coming in there. So it's going to be a good mixed crowd.
Okay, all right. Now you have a website or something where people can go to now to either see or hear more about it, or
if they go to Eventbrite, it's, and then just search only Frenchies.
Okay.
Everything is laid out on the Eventbrite. They can even pre-purchase their tickets there, which will be $20 as opposed to $25 at the door.
Okay.
And it gives a breakdown of everything that's going on, any booths that we have available if they were interested in getting any, as well as everything that I was explaining, what to expect when you come, who's going to be there. So it's a big deal. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to have a good time and have the people come in there and have a good time also.
Okay. Well, man, I'm excited. It's like I told you when I had, and what is he doing now? I saw that, and that's why I had to call you. I said, man, look, you need to come on. We need to talk about this. And then too, man, I'm so proud of you, man, with Corina Mac and what you're doing over there. Tell people about how to get a hold of you for Corina Mac.
Yeah, and as you would say, that's the meat and potatoes right there.
Yeah.
So, and with Corina Mac, once again, just to give everybody an overview, what we do is events and marketing. We throw events like the Only Frenchies, casino. We have casino events on boats or ferries going to Catalina or something. We can make, like I said, creative events and innovative marketing. Our big thing with marketing is Instagram, Google, and Facebook. 3 of the top 4 social platforms right now.
Right.
So I help a lot of startup businesses, get that started. We do photography and film. I was able to do some things for the city, as well as for a couple of nonprofits. Just to give you an example, when a lot of things were shut down, we adapted more into videography and photography.
Okay.
We captured the Juneteenth, a virtual Juneteenth. We did a virtual Black History Parade last year. I've done multiple, music videos, action videos with sports. So that right there is really the meat and potatoes. And in learning to do that, I can see the value in being able to create a production company. Right. So that is the next goal, is to create a production company. But we build websites, pretty much anything that you need as far as digital marketing. That's what we do. You can find us on Facebook at Corina Mac Events and Marketing, on Instagram at Corina Mac Inc., or you can search us on the World Wide Web, right? www.corinaMacEvents.com. www.corinamacinc.com.
Love it. Love it. Well, man, look, this is only part one. You know, after the Frenchies are over, and we're gonna ease on back on here, come back and give us a report on how it went down. And everybody out there, this brother deserves your support. He's worked for it. He's been grinding for years. He took the time to learn and not just run out there. He learned, he applied. And what I liked about it, he started small. He instead of him trying to get the big, he helped the little guys first, the guys who were, hey, they're watching their business go down and they needed some marketing, some help. He went where other people weren't going and helped them and helps turn some people's business around. I really respect that because, you know, I always say, you know, for me, it's like, get your, you know, take whatever sauce you can, but change the recipe, you know. And he always had his own recipes. Like, okay, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take this lane right over here that I'm gonna make this lane my own. And nobody else is really, not many people are in this lane. And so he's just carved out a nice lane that makes a lot of sense for digital marketing, event marketing. And man, God bless you, brother. You're doing good things. So I appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you, man. You're you had a lot to do with that, man. I appreciate you. You hold it down, man. The way you hold it down, your business growth group growing, and you always doing something, man. It's you. When I look at you doing it, man, I'm like, shit, I ain't got no reason not to, you know. Like I better keep up. Y'all better get it together.
Yeah, man, we in this together, right? But it's all about what I like, the spirit of the kinship of helping you know, other people. It doesn't always have to be, oh, they're doing that versus, you know what I mean? It's not about it. There's so much business out here, man, for everybody.
Exactly.
And you know, and it's like, but if you do good work after a while too, you have to say, you know what, and that you might not fit what I'm actually doing, but you know, but I think you really fit with call my man right here. He's gonna, you know, we all have to know how to do that at times. It's so funny because I remember in the younger days, man, I'm trying to do everything. Hey, I want to do this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. You know, it's like, no. Nowadays, I'd rather clap for somebody else. If I need to scratch a check to support you, do whatever, hey, that's what I'm gonna do because, hey, man, that's not my lane. You know, I'm gonna stay in my lane over here. I'm gonna cheer for you over there and let me know, you know, how I can help you, support you likewise. I think you and I both kind of do that very well. So God bless you, man. But anyway, I'm gonna jump because we want to keep people interested and have them come back again. So again, Mr. Johnnie Corina, Corina Mac Events and Marketing. You got his information, hit him up. You guys will see this again inside the group. And then you can also go to our YouTube site, probably no later than Saturday morning. It should be posted up there. Okay.
All right, Johnny. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Make sure everybody on here, go give the Business Growth Group a follow, and go give Corina Mac Events and Marketing a follow. Y'all stay blessed and have a good one.
Okay, brother. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you. Peace.
All right.